You actually killed all the dragon men in the world? Your children and grandchildren are among them.
The dragon men race will always be a hidden threat to Heavenly Court and the human race. Because our race is different from the other variant human races, it was created by me. The members were originally human. It is like a blood-sucking leash that has attached itself to humanity, strengthening itself while sucking on the blood of human. When you entered Heavenly Court this time and tried to persuade me, I suddenly realized that this was the timing that star constellations will predicted. The dragon men race should not exist, but their extermination must still have value. It is to persuade you, my disciple Hong Ting. Master wants to teach you the spirit of sacrifice. I will show you the spirit of the righteous path of humanity. This is the outcome. This is the warning. A person has to accept their fate and live their life. They have to shoulder the responsibilities given to them by fate. They need to do what they are tasked to do. Hong Ting, stop now. I said all this so that you will come back. The righteous path is not only about glory and reputation, it is often accompanied by sacrifices.
In my last video about the Venerables, I talked about Duke Long, the creator, father, and exterminator of the variant human race known as the Dragon Men. In today's video, I am going to talk in depth about the character Duke Long, the exterminator, his story and perspectives, as well as those of his grandson, Wu Shuai, one of the Dragon Men who got exterminated. This part of the story is my favorite part of Reverend Insanity, so I hope that I can do it justice. So before we dive in, this is a spoiler warning. The Dragon Men Genocide is one of the most pivotal plot points in Reverend Insanity, and I will be talking about every major aspect of it. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, just stop the video here. If you are someone who had tried Reverend Insanity before but the main character is just too evil for your taste and you wonder what all the fuss is about, watch this video, because this will mostly show it all. So, who is Duke Long? What kind of person would commit mass murder on his own children? And why? To answer the first question, Duke Long is the oldest person to ever live in the goo world of Reverend Insanity at a whopping 1 million years old. He was born in the Olden Antiquity era, and ascended to the position of leader of the Heavenly Court shortly after the birth of Red Lotus Demon Venerable. He is the failed mentor of Red Lotus Demon Venerable Hong Ting, and is currently the mentor of the coming Great Dream Immortal Venerable, Feng Jin Huang. Specialized in Chi Path and Transformation Path, Duke Long created the Dragon Men Physique Transformation killer move as a way to increase his own lifespan. After him, there were several human goo immortals who also underwent the same transformation to become Dragon Men and gain more lifespan, but most of the Dragon Men are Duke Long's own descendants. It is important to point out that Duke Long did not live through all of his 1 million years of age. Despite all efforts to prolong his lifespan, Duke Long still has to spend most of his time in hibernation inside Heavenly Court's immortal graveyard. He was woken up from his slumber with less than 10 years left on his lifespan as an automatic response to an ancient alarm that he built himself. It was notifying Heavenly Court of the newly occurred existence of a Dragon Man, triggered by Ning Bing in Baixiong Grotto Heaven. To understand Duke Long, we must understand the nature of the organization that he represents. The Heavenly Court of Tian Ding.
Your longevity heaven was founded in the medieval antiquity era and has only been around for measly 300,000 years. As for our Heavenly Court, it has already been 3,879,687 years. Do the math. How many times longer that is compared to your longevity heaven? Don't try to estimate my Heavenly Court's foundation. You can never imagine it in your wildest dreams. Immortals of northern plains, you show true bravery trying to invade Heavenly Court. But your understanding is bound by your tribal system. You have really underestimated Heavenly Court.
Heavenly Court is a sect created by primordial origin Immortal Venerable after his ascension to rank 9 at the end of the immemorial antiquity era. For the first time in history, humanity has a higher battle strength than that of the variant humans. No variant human goo immortals have ever achieved rank 9, so they chose to hide themselves, waiting for his lifespan to run out. Once he is gone, the variant humans will crush the rest of humanity with their vastly superior number of rank 8s.
From today onwards, all Central Continent Gu immortals will establish sects and take in disciples to impart their skills to the future generation. What? Abolishing the clan system? I heard the rumor, but Lord Primordial Origin Immortal Venerable, you really want to do this? Isn't this too... You are the only rank 9 Gu immortal of to ever exist. If you want to start your own clan, it will definitely be the #1 super force in the whole world. Your children will inherit your glory and skills, and all of our clans will accept their leadership. Clan? Let me ask you, throughout history, has there ever been a clan that doesn't end? As a clan grows in size, its blood relationship wears thin. Before I became venerable, we humans could keep up with the variant humans' forces then, partially because of our unity, but largely because we were able to make use of their internal conflicts. I want to create a sect, an organization that does not rely on blood relations. Lord Immortal Venerable, blood does wear thin once a clan starts to dominate, but you are different. You are the first Gu immortal to cultivate to rank 9. There might not even be another rank 9 Immortal Venerable in the future. You are at your prime right now. As long as you are there, which clan member will dare to drift away? Your clan will be the most united clan ever. You are right. But what if I am not there? How much longer can I live? We will look for lifespan Gu constantly. You will be the longest living Gu immortal in history, but I will still die. Who can live forever in this world? No one. This is heaven's will. If we truly want humanity to rise, we must rely on ourselves. We must expand our population and nurture as many Gu immortals as we can. Only by having more rank 6s, 7s, and 8s than them can we secure humanity's future. Clan. Sect. The variant humans don't care. We are already extremely behind. If we keep on with the clan system, we will never be able to surpass them. Establishing the sect system, actively looking and excavating geniuses are the only ways to go. Only by giving up on our prejudice can we nurture our young without reservation. Only then can we human race have any hope. As your leader, I shall set the example. I hereby take an oath that I will create sects and not clans. I will take in disciples and impart my life's learnings to them without holding back anything. Moreover, when I die in the future, my immortal aperture will also be contributed to be the foundation of the sect, and it will not be left to my bloodline descendants.
Heavenly Court is the #1 super force to ever exist in the universe of Reverend Insanity, with 3 of their members ascending to rank 9, a task no other super force has ever achieved. They are the reason why mankind stood at the top of the Gu world over other variant human races. They were supported by Heaven's will. They were supported by fate. Even to this day, over 3 million years later, their members still continue on with the traditions and contribute their immortal aperture to become part of the rank 9 communal heaven grotto known as Heavenly Court. So what kind of person is Duke Long? Let's look at the conversations between him and his students, Red Lotus Demon Venerable and Feng Jin Huang.
Do you believe in fate? Hong Ting, you are the fated future immortal venerable. You will bring mankind glory and prosperity for ages to come. You will create your own Gu bugs and killer move. You will be the pride of your parents. You will be invincible. Your name shall be eternally remembered in history. You shall join Heavenly Court and become the leader of humanity. Your blessing will reach all beings. The lights of your glory will shine through time and space.
There does not seem to be anything bad with this. I believe in fate.
Huang you need to understand that you are the future great dream immortal venerable who will surpass all past venerables. You will create Dream Path and become the most powerful being in this world. Your glory will shine through the ages, becoming the eternal symbol and support of humanity. Don't fear, don't hesitate. Take each success to press forward courageously until you reach the apex.
If all this is predestined by fate, then I do not believe in fate.
Master, I have found that evil Shui Tudao who slaughtered an entire village. He is staying at the mountain nearby.
Take a seat first. The soup is almost ready. This soup is made from the bones of an ancient desolate beast. It will be very helpful to your development.
Master, since 3 months ago, I have already reached rank 5 and could easily deal with Shui Tudao in 2 moves. But you said it was not time to take his life. If we let such an evil person run amok, who knows how many more innocent lives would be lost? Let me strike now.
Disciple, the best opportunity has not arrived.
I don't care about the best opportunity, but I know that if I don't make a move now, I will lose my chance.
Now is not the time for Zhuedu Dao to die. If you force your way into killing him, not only would you fail, but it will lead to even more tragedy.
I don't believe it. I only need 1 move to take his life.
Then go, young man, give it a try. I just hope that you won't be disappointed when the time comes.
Why will I be disappointed? Master, please wait a moment. Your disciple will return with Shui Tudao's head in time for you to finish a teacup. I did not imagine would be a Gu immortal inheritance there. Shui Tudao was secretly coming here to obtain it. After I destroyed his plan, he used the inheritance's power to stop me. I did not think the battle would cause the mountain to collapse. The village by the valley was buried. Master, it was me. I caused all those people to die.
Disciple, do you want revenge? Do you want to get rid of Shui Tudao? The opportunity has arrived.
Really? Where is he?
At that mountain.
Master, had I listened to your arrangements, I could have easily killed him and those villagers would not have to die. I want to ask you, what is fate?
Ants transporting food, bees collecting honey, wind blowing, clouds floating. Everything in this world has its own paths to walk on. To us, they might look like they don't follow any rules, but they are actually moving according to the rules of the great Tao. Look at the sun and moon every day. The sun rises and the moon falls. The moon rises and the sun falls. Look at a human's life and death. No matter who they are, be they an immortal venerable or a demon venerable, they will die in the end. Everything is fate. Every person, every living being, even every rock, every drop of water, every lump of fire, since they exist in this world, they will have value and meaning in their existence. Good and evil are also the same. Without good, how would there be evil? Without evil, why talk about good? You were in a hurry to kill Shui Tudao, and did not see his value. Since heaven and earth let him exist, there must be a reason for his life. This is fate. Fate already has arrangements for everything in the world. It is just that we can only slightly feel this kind of arrangement and cannot see it clearly. Not being able to see clearly is normal. The laws of heaven and earth, the great Tao of the universe, even if an immortal uses all their life, they would not be able to understand it thoroughly. We are too weak, too small, while heaven and earth are too vast. We should revere heaven and earth, follow the arrangements of the heavenly fate, and bring fortune to the world. Your parents' marriage was fate's arrangement. Their greatest value was to bring you into this world. You will become an immortal venerable in the future. This is also fate's arrangement. You need to accept it, climb to the peak step by step, lead heavenly court, and contribute your life to the righteous path. My greatest value in life is to teach and guide you towards the proper path. I am your Tao guardian. Believe in fate. Acknowledge fate. All its arrangements have their own meanings. If we forcibly interfere, it will lead to tragedy and regret, just like how you tried to take Shui Tudao's life early. But were you able to kill him? No. Although your strength surpassed his, you encountered all kinds of unexpected situations. In the end, not only did you fail to kill him, you even got innocent lives involved. Think back on it. If you had listened to fate's arrangements and attacked Zhui Tu Dao at his weakest moments, would you still have encountered those accidents? I will tell you, the value of Zhui Tu Dao's existence was to activate this Gu immortal inheritance, to open the way and hand it to you.
Master, I was wrong.
It is good to know your mistakes and learn from them. Actually, your wrong choice was also fate's arrangement.
Master, what do you mean?
We are all under fate's arrangements. You thought you could defy fate, but your thought was also fate's arrangement. You don't need to feel guilty. You should comprehend fate's intention. You think your wrong choice was of no value? Wrong! Every mistake has an inestimable value to a youth's growth. If you can absorb the lesson from this mistake, acknowledge fate's existence and accept it, then this mistake would have shown its value. That village's destruction also has its value. My student, I have sensed fate. Floating Flower River is about to flood. The channel has diverged. I want you to go save people. Remember, don't make a move early. You can only do so after 3 days and 3 nights.
This time Hongting waited the 3 days and nights despite seeing countless people drown or lose their homes. Eventually, he saw 2 ancient desolate beasts fighting each other over an immortal Gu. They were both heavily injured and were easily killed.
Great Gu, it is a rank 7-time path Gu, which is perfect for me. So it turns out, this was fate's arrangement. With the battle of the 2 ancient desolate beasts, Floating Flower River has widened several times. From now on, it will not flood again. The riverbanks had also been fertilized with the blood of 2 ancient desolate beasts. The mortals who are going to live here are in for a good time. Bullhead demon brute, let go of my parents now, or I will make you suffer a fate worse than death.
Kid, you are very arrogant. When I became a Gu immortal, you were still suckling on mommy teats. Are you scared now? Don't come over. You want your parents' lives? Then stand back.
What do you want?
Now we are talking. Hand over my 2 lifespan Gu, and I will return your parents to you. If you don't, I only have a few days left to live anyway. I will just die with your parents.
I have already used those 2 lifespan Gu.
I know, you used them on your parents. But you are Duke Long's disciple, a future immortal venerable who will lead Heavenly Court. I don't believe Heavenly Court's treasury does not have any lifespan Gu. Bring 300 years, no, 3,000 years lifespan Gu, and I will release your parents.
According to fate's arrangements, the 2 lifespan Gu that Hongting used on his parents were meant for Bullhead Demon Brute to find. They fought. Bullhead Demon Brute was forced to retreat, but Hongting's parents were injured beyond healing.
Mother, father, I harmed you. If I had not taken those lifespan Gu to you, you would still have several years left to live.
Son, life and death is up to fate. Fortune is up to heaven. Everyone must die someday. Who can live forever? No, it's our fate to die. You don't have to be sad. You should be happy. For the 2 of us to have a son like you, a future immortal venerable. How big of an honor. Our names will forever be remembered because of you.
My son, listen to your father. Be a good person and serve the righteous path.
Mother, father.
Years went by, the young boy Hongting had grown up into a fine young man full of charisma. It was then that he saw Liu Shuxian for the first time.
Who are you?
I am your fated husband. My name is Hongting.
You are the future immortal venerable?
Don't be surprised. Our encounter here was determined by fate.
Hongting and Liu Shuxian fell in love. Together, they live in harmony with one another for hundreds of years. She accompanied him all the way to rank 8, then rank 8 peak, standing by his side even when the rank 9 ascension tribulation came.
Please, don't leave me. Don't leave me, I beg you, please live.
It's no use. I have been struck by the tribulation. It's a miracle there is still a trace of my soul left to take a last look at your face.
I am so sorry, I am useless. It was my tribulation, but I got you involved.
No, Hongting! That tribulation could only have been blocked by my special extreme physique. Even if you and all of Heavenly Court sacrificed your lives, you would only have failed. For me to be born with one of the 10 extreme physiques, and to get the chance to be with you is all fate's arrangements. When I saw you almost died, I suddenly understood the true meaning of my life, and that is to protect you, to block the tribulation for you, and help you ascend to the position of an immortal venerable. Now, I have accomplished it.
No, Tian, I would rather not be an immortal venerable. I only want you to live. I only want you to live.
Hongting, you cannot have such thoughts. Everything and everyone in this world has its own fate. It is fixed. You need to live on properly. Your fate is to become an immortal venerable, to lead Heavenly Court, and spread the glory of the righteous path throughout the 5 regions. Do you know? I had always wanted to do that, standing by your side as you bring fortune to the world with invincible might. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see it.
Liu Shuxian's death was not without meaning. There is no need for sadness, my dear disciple. This was all fate's arrangement. Now you are an immortal venerable, one of the few most powerful beings in the long history of humanity. You still have a long life ahead. Your mission has just started. I will abdicate my position as leader of Heavenly Court. The 5 regions and 2 heavens need their king.
I regret.
What did you say?
I said I regret it.
Regret? Oh, Hongting, don't speak of such nonsense again. You understand? Do you know how many people have died for you? Will it do justice to all the ones who have helped you your entire life? What about you parents? What about your wife? What about all the Gu immortals who have sacrificed themselves to help you pass the tribulation?
Red Lotus Immortal Venerable. What a title. If this is what it takes to start, then there will be even more sacrifices in the future. I would rather not have it.
Enough! I will not allow you to speak any more nonsense, Hongting. You think your immortal venerable position can be taken at will? This is all fate's arrangement. This is the mission of your life. You must accept it no matter what.
A grand immortal venerable invincible in the world. Yet he actually cannot do as he pleases, not even rejecting his immortal venerable position.
Tell me, Hongting, who can do as they please in this world? Your thoughts are too childish. You think becoming an immortal venerable and leading the righteous path do not need sacrifices. How shallow do you think the words righteous path are? Wrong. Maintaining Heavenly Court's righteous path requires you to pay a price. It requires sacrifices. If you don't even have this mentality, then I will tell you, you don't even deserve to enter Heavenly Court.
I want to revive them.
Who?
Every person who died because of me. My parents, Liu Shuxian, and the others.
Preposterous. How could you have such a heretical thought? You know it clearly. I have also told you many times. Life and death are determined by fate. You want to revive the dead. Are you trying to send the entire world into chaos? Have you not learned anything? The more you think like that, the more tragedies will happen around you.
Even if there are worse tragedies, I will accept them. Master, I always questioned. Why? Why must we accept fate's arrangements? If there was no fate, would the world truly fall into chaos? Is it not possible that the world will become a better place?
Fate Gu represents the first war banner of humanity. It was because of it that Primordial Origin Immortal Venerable became rank 9 and was able to free humanity from a life of slavery. Fate Gu was picked up from its place of worship in the Rockmen Imperial Court Temple by a human slave janitor, who later managed to travel a great distance through multiple territories controlled by variant humans without getting caught. He made his way to Primordial Origin Immortal Venerable, who was only rank 7 then, and gave him the rank 9 Gu. The boy was not even a Gu master, and yet he did what no Gu immortals could have pulled off. It was because fate had made its arrangements. The way of heaven is to destroy surplus and replenish scarcity, and it was time for humanity to become the overlord of the 5 regions and 2 heavens. After 25,000 years, primordial origin immortal Venerable passed away. His disciple Xingsu later ascended to rank 9 and became star constellation immortal Venerable. A wisdom path Gu immortal, whose ability focused on wills, thoughts and emotion, she foresaw the greatest threat to humanity from fate Gu. The way of heaven is to destroy surplus and replenish scarcity. This means the era of humanity will one day end, the same way it did for the variant humans. As fate Gu can only be controlled by the heavenly Tao, and not humans, star constellation immortal Venerable sacrificed herself to assimilate with heaven's will, the collective mind of the universe, and permanently tipped the scale of heaven to keep on benefiting humankind. The immortal graveyard was created for 2 purposes. Due to a natural phenomenon known as Tao mark repulsion, Gu immortals often can only cultivate in one path. Each path has its own specialty. Wisdom paths are good at scheming and calculation. Refinement paths are good with making and fixing Gu. Earth paths are good at defense. Lightning paths are good for attacks. By having their members kept in hibernation, Heavenly Court ensures their ability to summon just the right person for the right job. This is why Duke Long was woken up when Bai Ning being transformed into a dragon man. Similarly, Time Path expert Gu Liu Ru was woken up to deal with Fang Yuan in the River of Time. Refinement Path expert Granny Shaw was woken up to fix the immortal Gu House Heaven Overseeing Tower. And Lightning Ghost True Monarch Jing Lan was woken up to deal with inheritors of Spectral Soul Demon Venerable. However, the true main purpose of the Immortal Graveyard is to use the wills of all Heavenly Court members in hibernation to aid star constellations' will in assimilating with Heaven's will. This way, as long as Heavenly Court still exists, the will of Heaven will be under their control. With Fate Gu under their control, after the death of star constellation Immortal Venerable, Heavenly Court survives through the attacks from the Demon Venerable that came after, even without any rank 9 to protect them. At first glance, Heavenly Court looks like a nutjob religion, with overzealous fate believers trying to justify their own greatness. But at the core, it is a deeply human organization, made up of people who are willing to give up their lives for the greater good of humanity. Reverend Insanity is a story of how there is no such thing as good or evil. True selfless deeds don't actually exist, and even the best of intentions fester and spoil into something completely different over the course of 3 million years. By the time the story begins, the once shining beacon of humanity has become an organization of subjugation, manipulation, and genocide. Over the course of the Olden Antiquity era, Heavenly Court, as an organization, had survived through the attack of 3 demon venerables, even without any rank 9 on their side. All venerables are supremely powerful existences of the Gu world. Their powers are simply unmatched when compared to those of rank 8s. Only Venerable can deal with another Venerable. Despite being dead, Star Constellation Immortal Venerable had managed to leave behind enough arrangements to address each and every single one of the 3 demon venerables' visits. Red Lotus Demon Venerable Hongting was originally thought to be a future Immortal Venerable to join Heavenly Court, but he switched sides and became a Demon Venerable. Hongting decided to try and change the past despite Duke Long's warning. He created the Spring-Autumn Cicada that could bring his memories back into the past. He must save Liu Shuxian. She died again. And again. And again. And again. Hongting used the Spring-Autumn Cicada thousands of times, trying everything he could to save her life. With the rebirth advantage, he had gotten stronger and stronger every time. but each and every single one of them ended the same way, with Liu Shuxian dying while protecting him during the venerable tribulation, which kept getting stronger each time to match his newly acquired gain. No one knows how long he had spent traveling through the river of time, only to helplessly watch her die in countless ways.
Hongting, don't be sad because of me. All the sacrifices are worth it. You must become a venerable. You will lead Heavenly Court and humanity into a new era.
But something changed as Hongting kept on reliving the past. Now the moment he realized Liu Shuxian was beyond saving, he would immediately activate the Spring-Autumn Cicada to restart.
Hongting, I'm going to die. You must.
There is no saving you now. I failed again. But it is all right. I will never give up. I am going to try again.
Hongting, what are you saying?
Red Lotus turned around and left as Liu Shuxian cried out his name with her last breath. Hearing her voice got Hongting to stop and look at his own two hands. He was visibly shaking from fear.
When? When did I become such a scary person?
He used to embrace her corpse, trying to savor their last moments together. But now, he would just walk away. Liu Shuxian was still Liu Shuxian, but Hongting was no longer the same.
Since when did I turn into this?
He had gone numb. The love that once warmed his heart is no longer there. It had been overtaken by regret. Hatred toward Fate Gu poisoned his heart with self-hatred. Hongting looked into his heart and realized he still wanted to destroy Fate Gu. But his reasons were no longer the same. He studied the legends of Ren Zhu and finally came up with an idea to hurt Fate using Love Gu. This time, it worked. He saved Liu Shuxian's life at the price of failing to achieve rank 9. Red Lotus Demon Venerable had, for the first time in all of Gu world history, changed a fixed result.
Shushan, you are still alive! You finally survived!
What is going on? Hongting, did you not become venerable?
It's because I used Love Gu to damage Fate. Do you know how many times I was reborn trying to save you? You should have died during the tribulation, but because of my countless attempts, I researched the human path methods in the legends of Ren Zhu, but I finally succeeded. This is only a minor change to fixed outcomes, but this is the way to go. One day I will succeed. I will save them all.
She gave him a hard slap.
Hongting, have you lost your mind? How could you possibly think of such heinous heresy? You actually wanted to change the past. You defied fate. No wonder you didn't become venerable after the tribulation. You did all these just so I could survive, all those people who helped you in the tribulation. What about the Heavenly Court Gu immortals who were sacrificed? You said that you are doing all this for me. But have you ever considered my feelings? I, Liu Shuxian, was born with one of the 10 extreme physiques. And meeting you, it was all fate's arrangement. In your fatal moment, I understood the meaning of my life. It was to protect you, to block the tribulation for you, and help you ascend to the position of an immortal venerable. But you actually did this. You abandoned the most precious chance to become rank 9. If you don't become venerable, what will happen to Heavenly Court? What will happen to the world? What about humanity? You forgot your master's teachings. You let down the expectations of your parents. I am truly hurt. My heart hurts. I would rather sacrifice myself. Your love towards me is just a small love. Greater love is for humanity, for the myriad living beings in this world. Hongting, I am truly disappointed in you.
So that was it?
Quickly, think of something. You must have some ways, right? Let everything return to its original path as decreed by fate, even if I have to be sacrificed. How can our love compare to the greater love of heaven and earth? How can it compare to the grand ambitions of Heavenly Court?
Her words were cut short as Liu Shuxian realized Hongting had stabbed his hand into her chest. She looked back at her lover in disbelief.
Maybe killing you will return everything to its original path.
Hongting, I was not wrong about you. Please become a venerable.
She died with a blissful smile. She had truly died in this world, and also in his heart. The woman he once loved so deeply was now killed by his own hands.
So, Hongting, one mistake leads to countless mistakes. To think that you have already reached this point. You want to destroy Fate Gu? Go ahead. Regardless of what method you use, you cannot destroy Fate Gu. Hongting, you are not the only one, be it Limitless Demon Venerable or Reckless Savage Demon Venerable. They all had come here in the past, but neither were able to do anything about Fate Gu. In this world, only a complete otherworldly demon can destroy Fate Gu. But otherworldly demons are not complete when they come into our world, thus nobody in this world can do it. Hongting, come back. It is not too late to turn over a new leaf. Even though you have sinned greatly and made many mistakes, Heavenly Court and I are willing to give you a chance to redeem yourself. We can start over again.
Oh, Master, since the two demon venerables could not destroy Fate Gu, why did you not place it in front of me from the start, to let me try doing so and give up? That means you are afraid too. You're afraid that I might have a brand new method that is able to destroy Fate Gu.
Of course. Times are changing. Gu cultivation paths are emerging endlessly. Many theories in the past are no longer appropriate now. Even I am unsure if there is really a way to destroy Fate Gu, but at this time I can no longer stop you. I can only take a risk and try. But you've seen the result yourself, too.
Fate Gu arranged the lives of everyone and everything in this world. You and I, even a rock or a ripple in a lake, are all part of this. But Master, have you ever thought about it? A human is not a rock, nor a ripple. We have cognition. If a person is not happy with the life arranged by fate, what should this person do?
So you have studied the legends of Renzu. When the human ancestor met Fate Gu, he tried to escape from its restraints by pursuing Freedom Gu. What happened to him? He did not manage to grasp freedom. He lost himself and became insane. He sank into madness. This is the outcome. This is the warning. A person has to accept their fate and live their life. They have to shoulder the responsibilities given to them by fate. They need to do what they are tasked to do.
I understand. Thank you for the teaching, Master.
Duke Long felt something amiss. Hongting squeezed his fingers, and in his hand, Fate Gu started to shake. There were cracks starting to appear all over its body.
Red Lotus, you!
Master, I've always admired and cared for you, even after countless rebirths. My admiration for you has never waned. But now, I need you to understand something. Look at me. Fate has given me such preferential treatment, arranging such high status and accomplishments. But I was not happy. I wanted to rebel. Then let me ask you, in this world, there are countless others who lead lives far worse than mine. What do they think of fate? The truth is, cognitive madness is not the scariest thing. It is the most powerful. This is all I can do. Love Gu is able to damage fate. Master, are you shocked? It is a pity that I am not an otherworldly demon. But I tried my best to make arrangements. I did everything that I could. I left hope for the future. Other than that, there is nothing to look forward to in my life. I might as well die like this now. But I believe that one day in the future, Fate Gu will be destroyed. Even if it is not me, someone else will do it. I want to believe that in the future I will not be alone. More and more people will attempt to destroy fate. Master, you cannot stop it. Heavenly Court cannot stop it, because you cannot stop people from thinking with their free will.
With Fate Gu damaged, the outcomes of the world were no longer completely fixed. There is now room for free will, for luck and alternative outcomes to occur. Because of Red Lotus's actions, there are now souls that escaped the call from the door of life and death and remained in the world of the living, forming a type of soul beasts that roam the earth. Humans can now stay alive beyond their lifespan by turning themselves into zombies, and there are now ways to limitedly resurrect dead people. Other motions of the world like earthly calamities and heaven tribulation are now partially controlled by a different path, luck path, that specialized in dealing with unfixed outcomes. If it wasn't for Red Lotus Demon Venerable, Soul Path and Luck Path would not exist. And the likelihood of a half-human half-mushroom man ascending to rank 9 would have been close to 0. Despite all that, Heavenly Court remains the most powerful super force of humanity. To aid in the process of repairing Fate Gu, they used the Heaven Overseeing Tower to survey the entire 5 regions and 2 heavens for fate escapists and eliminate them. These were the words sometimes uttered by Fate Gu. At this point, we know that the human-centric, anti-time traveling, anti-alternatives, and anti-resurrection environment of the present day is not entirely the true nature of either Fate Gu or Heaven's will. The way of Heaven is to destroy surplus and replenish scarcity, so given the fact that humanity had developed to the point that it did, it is only natural to assume that the real Heavens will no longer want to see humans at the center stage of history. The Dragon Men race was a variant human race. However, they were not mentioned in the Legends of Renzu because they were a manufactured race created in the Olden Antiquity era. The first Dragon Man was Duke Long, through a lifespan extension method he did on himself. This gave him permanent dragon eyes, horns, scales, and a long tail in addition to extended lifespan. The Dragon Men's physique is also much different from human anatomy on the inside, with a total of 3,000 pieces of bone in their skeleton. All these features were carried over to his children and grandchildren, forming what is then known as the Dragon Men race. Because star constellation Immortal Venerable had already assimilated her mind with Heaven's will, she was able to force the hand of fate from moving on to the next supreme race. The Dragon Men were all blessed with enslavement path down mark since they were born. This not only makes them stronger, faster and more enduring, but also makes them more united together and less likely to fall into internal conflicts. The words, Dragon Men reign supreme, were sometimes echoed by Fate Gu like a flickering light bulb, torn between its nature to destroy surplus and replenish scarcity and the foreign human will that forced its action. With the possible rise of the Dragon Men hanging over humanity's head like the sword of Damocles, the Dragon Men extermination killer move had been embedded into the very physiology of every single Dragon Men, all thanks to their ancestor and creator, Duke Long. Before he knew about star constellation Immortal Venerable's assimilation with Heaven's will, Hong Ting had learnt about the prophecy of Dragon Men reign supreme. He was hoping to use this information to sway Duke Long to join his side in destroying Fate Gu, knowing full well Duke Long's stance with humanity. To his surprise, Duke Long was already aware of it.
Yes, I was also shocked back then. But when I knew of this ancient secret, I chose to wait. Sure enough, not long later, Fate Gu's revelation changed once again. Dragon Men will reign supreme vanished. It went back to humanity will reign supreme. Later, I went through Heavenly Court's records and discovered such cases had occurred many times. Dragon Men will reign supreme is only the most recent one. The revelation of Dragon Men reigning supreme is not reliable. Hong Ting, stop now. I said all this so that you will come back. The righteous path is not only about glory and reputation, it is often accompanied by sacrifices. For humanity, for Heavenly Court, star constellation Immortal Venerable sacrificed herself. And you? Your parents and wife died to pave the road to Immortal Venerable for you. Their sacrifices were necessary and valuable. Do you still not understand it? Hong Ting, stop this now.
No, I won't stop. Forgive me, Master. I have disappointed you again and again. But this is the path that I chose to walk on.
I am not disappointed. I would be suspicious if you actually agreed. I know your will cannot be easily shaken. So now let your master use himself as an example to teach you.
What do you mean? You actually killed all the Dragon Men in the world? Your children and grandchildren are among them.
That's right. When the Dragon Men reign supreme revelation appeared, I had thought of using this method. But star constellations will manifested and instructed me to let them live for the time being and save the killer move for the right time. I hesitated again and again. Hong Ting, You have seen my children, grandchildren, and countless descendants. It was the greatest happiness for me to enjoy my old age with my family. I am already old. I understand it clearly, even without the Dragon Men reign supreme revelation. The Dragon Men race will always be a hidden threat to Heavenly Court and the human race. Because our race is different from the other variant human races, it was created by me. The members were originally human. It is like a blood-sucking leash that has attached itself to humanity, strengthening itself while sucking on the blood of humans. The Dragon Men lifespan extension method is only secondary to lifespan goo, with little to no further side effect. Lifespan goo are few, but how many billions of people want to live longer? The Dragon Men population will continue to increase while humans will be depleted. More terrifyingly, Dragon Men are born from humans, naturally lowering the vigilance of mankind. And with my reputation as a venerables master, who would dare to attack them? If this goes on, the Dragon Men will suppress humanity someday. If a mishap happens again and Fate Goo resumes the revelation of Dragon Men reign supreme, the consequences will be unimaginable. When you entered Heavenly Court this time and tried to persuade me, I suddenly realized that this was the timing that star constellations will predicted. The Dragon Men race should not exist, but their extermination must still have value. It is to persuade you, my disciple Hong Ting. Master wants to teach you the spirit of sacrifice. I will show you the spirit of the righteous path of humanity. Hong Ting, my disciple, your path is a dead end. You cannot win against Heavenly Court. Because Heavenly Court's power is not just its superficial foundation or even Fate Goo. Its power comes from the generations of Goo immortals who do not hesitate to sacrifice themselves. They protect humanity and righteousness with each generation carrying on this will and moving forward. Without these sacrifices, humanity might still be trampled and enslaved by the variant human races. We would not have such a good life like now. Hong Ting, Master taught you. Heavenly Court cultivated you. What you enjoyed were the fruits of the dedication and sacrifice of our predecessors from ancient times until now. So, come back, Hong Ting. Follow the arrangements of fate.
Now that we have understood the reasons behind the Dragon Men genocide, we will now dive into the life of Duke Long's grandson, Wu Shuai, and his life of tragedies. As the story of Reverend Insanity is observed through the eyes of Gu Yu Fang Yuan, the entire experience of Wu Shuai's life portrayed in the book is viewed through Wu Shuai's own dream realm, located in the Dragon Palace under the Eastern Sea. Fang Yuan did not enter this dream realm himself, but had sent his Dragon Man clone in to explore the dream realm. In this dream, Fang Yuan's Dragon Man clone is Wu Shuai. At the beginning of this dream, readers see a young Dragon Man Wu Shuai living among humans in Central Continent. Dragon men were allowed to join sects, but everywhere they went, they were ostracized. Because of Duke Long, no one was willing to bully them, but the undercurrents were strong.
Wu Shuai, you are my most outstanding son. Your enslavement path talent is rarely seen in 100 years. I want you to succeed in life. But you had forgotten all my teachings. How many times have I told you to not argue with those people? You are a genius. You have superior insight than your peers. I've already told you the situation. The higher-ups of the sect are increasingly unhappy with our Dragon Men race getting too powerful. Despite my title as their supreme elder, I am pushed aside. Even though you defeated Chen Fu and Zhang Shuang, you infuriated the Gu immortals behind them. These human Gu immortals will not show me any good attitude. They will become even stricter against the entire Dragon Men race. Even though you won this time, you harmed the entire Dragon Men race and intensified the sect's conflicts. You did not consider the consequences of your actions. I am truly disappointed. I am beating you for your own good, for the sake of the Dragon Men race and the peace of the sect. Do you understand my intentions?
I am grateful for your concern, Father. But Father, you are willing to hold back and endure it for the big picture. I do not agree with that at all.
Unfilial son, you are unrepentant.
I know you want to hit me, but even if you beat me to death, I will not change my answer. Father, your action of giving in and showing subservience is not helping the big picture. You are harming the entire Dragon Men race.
Such guts! You dare to accuse your father of hurting the race. Good. I'll give you a chance. Tell me, how am I wrong?
Father, must our Dragon Men race always put ourselves lower than humans? We have talent and aptitude. We are born with enslavement path-down marks. What do humans have? Our bodies alone give us great stamina, strength, and recovery, even without goo bugs. Our bones are tough and sturdy. Our claws and teeth are sharp, while humans are weak and fragile. And in terms of lifespan, our lifespan is tens or hundreds of times that of humans. As we continue to live, the humans our age will die out one by one. Even without us doing anything, they will all die of old age. We Dragon Men are born with such superiority, and even rarer is our unity. We recognize each other and trust each other. We are not like the humans who turn on each other and enjoy internal conflict. Father, everybody can see your contribution to the sect. I won this duel, but should I have lost on purpose? On what basis do these humans look down on us? How dare they treat us so badly? We Dragon Men deserve more. In fact, these humans should be below us Dragon Men.
Insolent, you are too insolent.
Father, I refuse to accept this. Even if you beat me to death, I will never agree to this. I will not submit.
Wu Shuai. Wu Shuai, you are truly my precious son. I was not wrong about you.
Father,
I will tell you the truth. I think the same as you. I was only trying to test you. There's a reason.
What do you mean? Father, do you mean that—
We have had a plan long ago. Not only me, but many of our Dragon Men comrades are working together. You cannot learn of their identities yet. This is to protect them and also yourself. One day, our Dragon Men race will soar the heavens. The world will be beneath our feet. But now, humans are still the overlord of the world. Looking at it, our Dragon Men race is too weak and small. We do not have any alliances with variant humans in the outside world, while we are a subordinate force of the humans ourselves. To soar the heavens, first we need to rise. Right now, we need to endure our position under the humans to accumulate powers. Our Dragon Men race has just been created. Our foundation is too thin. But thankfully, because we were born from humans, our relationship with them is also the deepest. Especially in Central Continent, we have members in all 10 great ancient sects. We need to learn and accumulate our foundation to catch up.
Wu Shuai's first mission in gathering support for the Dragon Men race was to join the Green Ants Ascetic's disciple recruitment ceremony. The Green Ants Ascetic and his wife, the Wine Fairy, were both rank 8 lone cultivators. If Wu Shuai were to become his disciple, the Dragon Men race would gain the support of these two rank 8 existences. Wu Shuai joined the ceremony and was accepted as Green Ants Ascetic's disciple, together with his opponent Tian. Both of them were equally talented in the art of ants enslavement, and neither was willing to give up. It was during his study under the Green Ants Ascetic that he and Tian developed feelings.
Tian, I need to go. I want to be with you forever, but I cannot defy my father. I have a family now. It has been hard on you these years.
No, it has not been difficult. Wu Shuai, you are forced to do this, while I had chosen this all on my own. I will always be here. You can come anytime. I will be around.
Brother, when you were not around, sister-in-law went to meet with that Fan Ji again in secret.
That
Wu Shuai had married Xu Juling, daughter of the rank 8 lone cultivator Gu Immortal, Calligraphy Pavilion Lady, to gain her support for the Dragon Men race. Xu Juling was originally in love with Fan Ji, and was even pregnant with his child, but he kept on giving her excuses to delay marriage. His grandfather was the first Supreme Elder of Black Heaven Temple, one of the 10 great ancient sects of Central Continent, so even the rank 8 Calligraphy Pavilion Lady was not able to force a shotgun wedding. After long consideration, they decided to hold a public contest for her hands in marriage. At this time, Wu Shuai and Tian were already in love. She understood his sacrifice. Wu Shuai quickly learned that when it comes to the 10 great ancient sects, outside rank 8 Gu immortals like the Green Ants Ascetic and Calligraphy Pavilion Lady were completely unreliable. It was not that they were against him, but they just wouldn't do anything for him either. So Wu Shuai set his mind on creating an immortal Gu house. A war fortress made of hundred thousands of mortal and immortal Gu bugs. And he wanted it to be rank 8. The immortal Gu house must be able to withstand any threat under Venerable. With that plan in mind, Wu Shuai plotted his way into winning over the land right for South Flower Island, from the great ancient sect Wind Cloud Manor, hoping that it would be his base of operation to construct a Gu house.
Return South Flower Island to them.
Grandfather, you may not know, but I won this South Flower Island fair and square. I plan to make this island a home for us dragon men.
Wu Shuai, don't think that nobody can see through your little tricks. South Flower Island belonged to Wind Cloud Manor, but you snatched it through a scheme. What are you trying to do? Lead your dragon men. What are you even saying? Isn't it good to stay in the sect? Why must you move to South Flower Island? Tell me, what is it that you want?
Grandfather, I do not have much ambition. I just want my people to have a better life.
A better life? You mean a greater ambition?
Grandfather, even if this is ambition, so what? Shouldn't we have ambition? Do we not have the right to strive for a better life? Why must we stay here? Do you not know how those human Gu immortals shun us out and take advantage of us?
How are they taking advantage of you? All these years, I have only heard about your bad deeds. Do you know why I like Little Seventh the most? Because he sees the world for its beauty. He is kind from the depths of his heart. He has never considered the difference between human and dragon men. But you use my name to cause troubles, conquer people's territory, and embezzle sect spending for yourself. You must stop all these actions.
Grandfather, if these human Gu immortals did not treat us like this, then why are we the ones being forced to do this?
Human. Dragon men. Dragon men are humans to begin with. What difference is there?
Then what are these horns on my head? What is this tail behind my back? Grandfather, you were a human who turned himself into a dragon man. Most of your life you were a human, you hadn't been a dragon man for long. But us? Have you thought about it? We were born as dragon men? We were born with horns on our heads and a tail on our backs. Grandfather, you are the one who created the Dragon Men lifespan extension method. Without you, the Dragon Men race would not exist. You are the ancestor of the Dragon Men. Why must you always side with humans? We are your family. I will not return South Flower Island even if I die. If you insist on it, then you will have to end my life first.
Duke Long did not push the matter any further, and out of respect for him, neither did Wind Cloud Manor. Wu Shuai and the Dragon Men race had had full access to South Flower Island for a full 100 years until the next land right renewal competition, in which Wu Shuai showed up with a rank 7 immortal Gu house, and killed his opponent in a life or death duel. This time, both Green Ants Ascetic and Calligraphy Pavilion Lady came to his celebration.
You killed Wind Cloud Manor's signature rank 7 expert. Would they let this go?
Of course they will not let this go, but so what? Today, after the banquet, I, Wu Shuai, have finally realized the truth. In this world, strength is all that matters. Why do you think Master Green Ant and Calligraphy Pavilion Lady came here to attend my banquet? That is because I own Immortal Gu House Dragon Court. Even though I am only rank 7, I can use this house to fight rank 8. This is my foundation. I am now qualified to talk to them. Wind Cloud Manor will definitely remember this grudge, but they have too many concerns if they want to deal with me. That is because of my Dragon Court. As long as I possess this strength, there is nothing to fear. No, I will become a rank 8 Gu Immortal. I will elevate Dragon Court to rank 8 as well. By then, I want to see who can look down on me in this world. Oh, Tai Chin! I will give you happiness. I will give you a good life. Right now, Calligraphy Pavilion Lady is still a threat to me. But when I become rank 8, I will give you a proper title.
I don't need any title, Wu Shuai. I am happy just being by your side.
But I am not satisfied. I want to have many children with you. I want us to enjoy the happiness of watching them grow up.
Will that day come?
It will, believe me. It will.
That night, Wu Shuai had a dream. In the next few decades, conflicts between humans and dragon men intensified. So much so that Duke Long had to show up and force Wu Shuai to admit his crimes and step down as owner of South Flower Island, meanwhile changing the name of the Gu House Dragon Court into Dragon Palace. With the help of his new closest friend Gu Liang, who had recently ascended to rank 8, Wu Shuai passed a heaven tribulation and achieved rank 8. Now he was on the same level with the likes of Green and Sascetic, Calligraphy Pavilion Lady and Duke Long. But his power was nothing compared to Heavenly Court. 2 demon venerables had already tried and failed to invade Heavenly Court because of Fate Gu. At this time, Red Lotus had not yet ascended to rank 9, but it was already clear to the whole world that he was going to become venerable. If Wu Shuai were to borrow his help, he needed to understand Heavenly Court a lot more. After many attempts at getting close to Heavenly Court had failed, Wu Shuai was forced to execute his right-hand man Huang Wei using manufactured evidence. He was Wu Shuai's childhood friend and blood brother. All this was done to gain Duke Long's trust, but it destroyed Wu Shuai's reputation among the dragon men. Many members started to move away from South Flower Island. Huang Wei's last words haunted Wu Shuai's guilt-ridden mind.
Brother, I have never regretted following you. If you want to execute me, no matter what reason, I will accept it. But brother, I haven't done anything wrong. You need to be careful. Those human Gu immortals are trying to deceive you. These last few years, they have not done anything against you publicly, so now they are accusing me to get rid of me. They want to clip your wings. Brother, you told me about the future of the dragon men race, so be it if I die. I hope you will carry on this dream. The future of the dragon men race cannot be achieved without you.
The night of the execution, Wu Shuai had a dream. Time went by. Heavenly Court decided to build Central Heaven Gate. Wu Shuai wanted to use this opportunity to get inside the Heaven Grotto, so he reached out to Duke Long and offered to contribute the rank 7 Gu House Dragon Palace for the construction effort. Duke Long was highly impressed by this gesture and allowed Wu Shuai and his father to take care of the project. He didn't have to give up the Dragon Palace. Together, Wu Shuai and his father worked hard on secretly inserting a backdoor into Central Heaven Gate. One day his father came home badly injured.
I got into contact with Fate Gu, my son. I received the revelation of Fate Gu. We dragon men will reign supreme. Dragon men will reign supreme.
What? What is going on, father?
I only found out by coincidence, but even though I got discovered, I faked an accident and took some backlash to get out. Dragon men reign supreme. My son, our race is meant to hold the heavenly fate. We are meant to replace humanity. This is the revelation given by Fate Gu. It is certainly going to happen. Do you know what this means? Heal me. We have to spread the words. People need to hear this.
Father, you should rest now. I will handle this.
Wu Shuai was forced to kill his father before Heavenly Court Gu immortal investigators could verify if he had had contact with Fate Gu. To the outside world, that day, Wu Shuai's father died from the backlash while building Central Heaven Gate. His soul was completely erased. After the funeral, Wu Shuai returned to building Central Heaven Gate. This infuriated the other dragon men. They started calling him the human dog, that his father had died slaving away for the humans, and yet the sun continued. More and more dragon men moved away from South Flower Island. After ascending to rank 8, Wu Shuai had moved in to live with Tian. With Huang Wei and his father gone, she was the only person he had left. They were having trouble conceiving a child, with Wu Shuai being a dragon man and Tian a human. Although half-blood offspring between humans and variant humans do occur, they rarely happen. In a dream, Wu Shuai saw a strange type of seaweed that grew in the Eastern Sea. If he and Tian were to eat it, they would be able to have children. Wu Shuai woke up believing his dream was the heavenly revelation that fate Gu meant for the dragon men race. After Tian was pregnant with a child, more and more revelation came to Wu Shuai in his dream. He followed their guidance and made great achievements with little effort. Not only did he manage to put a complete backdoor into Central Heaven Gate, he did so without Heavenly Court realizing anything. After this, the revelation instructed Wu Shuai to build the rank 8 Gu House Dragon Palace. He needed to refine the rank 8 Gu Bug Dream Token, so Wu Shuai started spending time traveling the 5 regions and 2 heavens looking for Dream Path Gu materials.
We finally have the next generation of our bloodline. Tian, it has been hard on you. What are we going to name our child?
His eyes are big, lively, and spiritual. Let's call him Long Ling.
Long Ling. What a good name.
The final part of the Dream Token Gu recipe was revealed in his dream. He would have had to sacrifice Tian, but only if she was willing.
No, I absolutely cannot do that. Must I really sacrifice her? No, absolutely not. There must be some other way. There must be.
The next night, Wu Shuai got a new revelation. It took him years to verify it all, but all clues point toward the Dragon Men extermination killer move. Wu Shuai now knew how pitifully small all of the arrangements he made for the rise of the race of the Dragon Men were when it came to this killer move. Duke Long could have wiped out each and every single one of them in just a blink of an eye. Left with no other choice, he told Tian the truth.
So that's the reason. Wu Shuai, I love you. I am willing to give up everything for you, including my life. It is not much for you to ask of me. But our child. After I die, you must take good care of him. Promise me that, okay?
I promise you, on my life and my dignity. I promise you with everything I have.
With Tian's sacrifice, Wu Shuai successfully refined Dream Token Gu and constructed the rank 8 Gu House Dragon Palace. With its power, he enslaved the Green Ancesthetic, Wine Fairy and Calligraphy Pavilion Lady. He could have captured Xu Juling and tortured Fan Ji, but decided not to and let her be with her lover. He was old and tired. Past glory and humiliation no longer affect him. Yet he cannot quit. The problem with the Dragon Men extermination killer move had not been solved yet. He had learned the process of the Dragon Men transformation life extension method, and can replicate the process on any human, turning them into Dragon Men. But that's not enough, so Wu Shuai gathered all of the Dragon Men and told the truth. About everything, his sacrifices, Duke Long, Fate Gu, and the impending destruction of their race.
We need a vast number of dragon men to do experiments on. These people will most likely all die, and even if they survive, they will wish they were dead. However, I cannot stop this plan if anyone objects. Speak up now.
I object. Wu Shuai. You scoundrel, you are insane. In order to gain Heavenly Court's trust, you killed your most loyal sworn brother. To conceal the secret of Dragon Men reign supreme, you caused the death of your own father. To refine Dream Token Immortal Gu, You actually used your most beloved wife as the goo material. Now, to deal with the Dragon Men extermination killer move, you even want to sacrifice all of your innocent Dragon Men and do experiments on them? You think that this so-called evidence will make us believe you? You are laughable? Do you think we are all fools? No, you are not only laughable, you are pitiful and sad. You want to give your wife happiness, and in the end, you used her to refine a goo. You wanted to make your father proud, and in the end, you killed him. You killed him with your own 2 hands. You promised Huang Wei a bright future. You gave him hope, but in the end, you killed him yourself. And now, what future is there? You tried so hard to lead the Dragon Man race to rise up, and in the end, the Dragon Men race is about to be wiped out. We are going to be extinct. It was you. It was always you. If you were not ambitious and took over South Flower Island, relocating our people, growing fast and causing conflict with the humans, why would all this happen? If the Dragon Men race lived quietly and peacefully, Lord Ancestor would not have the intention of wiping us out. Wu Shuai, oh Wu Shuai, you are the strongest person in the Dragon Men race besides Lord Ancestor. But what you gave us was not glory or hope. It was neither equality nor dignity. It was destruction. You are a real tragedy. Your whole life is a tragedy.
It has already been 1,000,000 years. I am back, but I am no longer myself.
Dragon Spirit greets Master. Finally, Dragon Court has a new owner.
Tian, I have let you down after all. I could not even complete your final and only request.
The Dragon Man clone looked at Dragon Spirit intently. His eyes quickly turned red. He really wished that at this moment, Dragon Spirit could call him father. But it was impossible now. Wu Shuai did not cry. It had been 1,000,000 years, his tears had already run dry. I'm going to end the video here because it is insanely long at this point. We now know that Duke Long exterminated the Dragon Men race as a lesson in sacrifice for Hongting. The fact that they were his children hurt Duke Long deeply, but it wasn't enough for him to stop, because he was serving a greater purpose, to protect humanity for eternity. Is Duke Long a savior of mankind? Is Wu Shuai a murderer of his people? In order to find a way to save his race, Wu Shuai married a woman he did not love, framed and executed his sworn brother, sacrificed his one true love and the mother of his child. In the end, he even sacrificed Longling to make him into the spirit of the Dragon Palace. Not to mention all the Dragon Men that Wu Shuai experimented on trying to find the cure for the killer move, Dragon Man extermination. Even Wu Shuai himself did not survive this killer move. With the help of the Dream Realm, Wu Shuai successfully embedded his will into Fang Yuan's Dragon Man's clone. Neither his soul nor body remain. What is morality if good things for one group come at the detriment of another? What is the point of rules and laws if it doesn't protect individuals? What is the meaning to life if nothing you do ever matters? This is a story of what it means to be human, to be aware of your own loneliness in the cold dark night of nihilistic existence, because life itself has no meaning. It is up to you to go and make one yourself, despite hardship, despite morality, and despite cosmic determinism. The best thing one can possibly do in such a universe is to place hope upon yourself, accumulate power and persevere. My next video is going to be about the main character Gu Yu Fang Yuan and how he is the best iteration of Nietzsche's Übermensch in fantasy. Let me know if there is any specific part you would like me to cover in the comment.